My swing is over. I go to there. Whoop.
Simplicity of Speycasting. Follow the track, get in the key position, have a nice little D-loop. Speycasting becomes a little easier for everyone, rather than get too mixed up with the details of these names and set up strokes. As you get better, of course you need to know those details. But when you're learning, no you don't. Move the track any way you like. All rules, one of the things you want to try and never break is the rule to never cross the track. So if my line is starting here, and I've come out because I want slow water, you can see here's my track. If I follow that track, it's going to be okay most times. Follow that track. But if I cross the track, i.e. I go to the tent, you're going to tangle every single time. Now, I'm usually a fairly polite kind of chap, and when I'm giving people casting lessons, very rarely do I abuse them or get a big stick. But if you cross your track 3 times a row, you're an idiot. You really are. Seriously. If you come up here and you're in this position and there's the line and you go, oh, well, what happened? Oh, you just got a tangle. And then you come back and do it again. Well, second time I might, I don't know, blame the wind. Third time, you're an idiot. There's just no messing around. Don't cross the track. And drops down. That's what you're trying to form. You're trying to form a loop like any other loop. How are we doing for time? Oh, I just ran out.
The most important thing in casting is to form a loop. You have to form a tight loop. You need a sexy loop to make your cast.
Stuff, playing around with rods and lines, basically teaching and talking about Speycasting and casting. And you know, I've been watching some of these other presentations and you've seen some such good stuff. So I'm just going to do some real basic, boring shit just for you. Always bless the people you fish with. So you have to have a hip flask. And your general blessing to the river, the fish, the fishing gods, and the people you fish with. So to you all, that's a good way to start a presentation. If you're new to this, you might get confused by all those terminologies and all the names of the cast. There's like 12 or 14 Speycasts you can do with a two-handed rod. There's over 120 you can do with a one-handed rod. That's an entirely different program. It lasts about 7 days. But with a two-handed rod, we've got about, say, 12 casts. And again, if you're new to this, you're going to get confused. I use this analogy of watching on the Olympics, Winter Olympics. But they have different names. And if you're new to casting, you're going to look at all these moves and the line starts here and goes there and you go, well, they all look the same. What is this double spey and how does that differ from a single spey and a snap tee and a perry poke and a wombat and a newslam and da-dee-da-dee-da? And all they do, they just differ in how you move that track. That's all. That's all. And I want that concept really ingrained in your head, especially if you're new. And so without me making a forward cast, it's my hat, but you can have a hat. And that hat will have 2 words, Spey Ambassador. And you're proud because you've earned a Spey Ambassador's hat. And how you earn that hat is you live by one simple rule. You will never make a bad Speycast. It's a good rule. We'd all like to live by that rule. And in some ways that might sound a little flippant, but I think you can live by that if you always understand, follow the track.
The most important thing in casting